So, the other day, the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama, comes out to tell everybody about this great new MyRa account, IRA, bond investment, government nonsense, and why, it's never too late to start investing for your own future, or your kids' future, whoever's future. My friend at work was like, I heard that and I thought that was kind of funny, because don't we already invest with the Social Security? I mean, isn't that kind of the same thing? We're already looking out for our future, which is why we automatically have this happening, so that when we retire, we get Social Security. I said, yeah, that's a way to look at it. But one investment ain't enough, not in the good old America, when it should be. You need 3 or 4 investments and hope that all of them do well, so that you can actually have something that's worth something when you retire. So the other day, your old pal, JSnip4, you may know, that's my street name, you may know me as Joe, told you his opinion about why he came out, the president, with this new bond, or IRA. It's a type of bond. It's going in to pay the government's bills, bottom line. Why he came out all of a sudden, and it was confirmation that the Fed is going to be stepping back, because it cannot continue purchasing all of the bonds that we are creating, borrowing money into existence. There's not enough other countries who want to lend us our own money. Now, when you hear that term on the news, they say, lend us money. The truth of the matter is, they're lending us our own money. But that sounds so absurd on the news or media or out of the government's mouth, they're not going to use that word. They're just going to say, we got to borrow. We got to pay our bills. Not, we have to borrow our own money from strangers, even though we print it here on our own soil. Unbelievable. So, I said, in my opinion, that was confirmation, and they need another source now. They now need another source of income, and it's not from other countries, obviously, or the other countries' people, citizens. It's us. It's our own citizens. It's our government's. Yeah, I guess that is the right term. Our government's citizens, because that's kind of like we're the slave to them. That's pretty much what it is. So, when I see the stock market performing absolutely horrible, I don't think, if you take a 3-week period or so, 2.5, 3-week period of time, the market has dumped straight down pretty much. 150 here, 200 and something there, 300 and whatever it was the other day, down, 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 and then one day up a little bit, 100 points, and then up, back down again. And when you look at the Dow Jones, which, by the way, let's take a look real quick, was down 326 points yesterday. Again, I should say. And it's down to 15,372, 15,372. That is more than 1,000 points from just a few weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago. So why is it not crashing heavy duty like a real crash should happen? Are investors just slowly getting out of this thing? Right, that's why it's creeping down? No, because we have what's called the Plunge Protection Team, also known as the real name, the President's Working Group on Financial Matters, that was created after the '87 stock market crash. And their job is to keep the market stable. If the market's going down, it must do so in a stable fashion. If the market's going up, it must also do so in a stable fashion. They cannot have it wild swings up and down. That's what they're there for. So naturally, you would think, well, they could probably put the market wherever they want. If they've got that kind of money and authority to just keep the market stable, why do they have to let it go down at all? Exactly. That's the point. Who do you think has been buying this stock market the whole time? Who do you think's been buying it? the government. They control every market, so they set the price. So what I'm saying is, you think that the president comes out just because he felt like it the other day and talks about this new MyRa investment account that citizens should get into, and I just got done saying, watch the market start to tank, as a little sign of them saying, hey, we told you so. We told you better get your money out of that market, put it into something safe. He kept talking about how safe it was. You can't go to zero, it'll never go down. It's guaranteed by the government, so you have nothing to worry about. Whereas the stock market or other investments, 401k and stuff, they absolutely are in risk and can go down. And I also said, in my opinion, but I did say this, that they don't want to crash everybody out of the market, because if they do that, then the money that they've got left, the people, let's just say you had, you know, this is a regular number here, $10,000 in investments in the stock market, and they hit it hard and it crashes down to $5,000, 50% loss of your entire investment. You'd be upset. But the government, who then will hope that you go buy this new MyRa bond, whatever, put your money into that, they've only got $5,000 of your money into it. They would have liked to have had near $10,000 when you had the $10,000. So if they start scaring you by lowering the stock market today, it's down another 300 points tomorrow, down 150 points the next day, down 200 points the next day, one little creep up, and then up another 300 something down the next. That should be enough of a sign in their eyes, but then again, people are so dumbed down by them in the school system, they may not recognize this, but the government's hoping they recognize, oh my gosh, I had to probably get my money out of that. The president was right. Huh. Interesting timing by the president, by the way. Good job, president. You nailed that one, boy. You were spot on, because as I was kind of thinking to myself, yeah, you know, market did come back up, but I'm still seeing things out there. It's kind of making me wonder. Now I've got confirmation from the Dow Jones and the rest of the stock market, the S&P, and it's showing me, making me feel nervous right now. I'd probably get out. It hasn't gone down a whole lot, but man, 1,000 points in like 2 weeks, man, that's not too good. That's not a good sign. I think I had to put my money in that MyRa account the president was talking about. That was my theory just a matter of what, 2 weeks ago or so, if that. Guess that was maybe a week ago, whatever it was, when he came out and talked. So they don't want you to lose all your money or half your money in the stock market because the government needs it badly. And since the government needs it so bad, they got to make sure they get as much as they can before it crashes. Which means let's scare the people into the MyRa account. Scare them into it. And if it doesn't work right now and no one's doing anything and everyone saw that and like, yeah, whatever, I'm kind of leaving it where it's at. Market's been up this whole time, it's bouncing around, I don't care, I'm gonna leave it. And they say, well, you know, sir, President Working Group on Financial Matters just called the plunge. Who's the hell's that? Oh, sir, the plunge protection team. Oh, give me the phone, give me the phone. Plunge protection team, yeah, go ahead, what's up, buddy? Listen, Mr. President, and we're down 1,500 points in like 3 weeks. We've got almost no interest in this new MyRa bond that you created. It's our opinion we need to go to level 2, sir. What's level 2? Well, level 2 is a much broader decline in a much shorter period of time. Like maybe 1,000 points in a couple of days. Maybe a 500 here or 400 here and then a 600 the next day, something like that. Or possibly 3 consecutive days of going down, and each consecutive day goes down more. Maybe that'll kind of light the fire into the people to get their investment out of the markets and into the MyRa account. All right, go with it, son, go with it. You never know. But what I'm seeing here, in my opinion the other day about how this is going down, and then to sit here and watch what I think is happening actually happen. Now I can't sit here and tell you how many people are flighting out of the stock market, you know, to go into the MyRa. I don't have that data. I have no idea. But if the market's going down, why is it slowly going down? Markets don't tend to just go down one day, go down the next day. Usually when there's a market crash in a legitimate market, there is a flood. People are flooding to the exits. Sell at market price, give me anything you can, whatever. No stops, none of that nonsense on their positions. It's simply, if they have a broker, call the broker. If they have their own account online, then they log in, issue a sell order. Right now, I've got whatever amount of shares, contracts, etc. Sell. Market price, sell. That's how that happens. So the fact that we could have day after day after day of going down, and then all of a sudden, 100 points up one day, and then boom, back down to very bad days, one after the other, and 326 points down yesterday, pretty significant. Again, why wasn't it 1,000? Why didn't it go to 1,500 points yesterday or in 2 days? Because, in my opinion, they don't want to lose the amount of money they're going to end up losing from the people who lose in the stock market. But I'm here to tell you, looking at history, a lot of people probably didn't even watch what the president said last night, didn't have a damn clue what he said, doesn't care what he said, and is going about their sheeple-like life like they do every day. I go to work, I go home, eat dinner, feed the kids, play with the kids, do this, do that, go back to work, next day, go back home. I don't have time to listen to that damn moron talk. I don't care. He's part of the government. He's part of the Congress, right? The whole 9 yards. They're all politicians. They're all crooked. I don't care. I've got my investments. It's under my control. I think I know better than what they do. And that's normally true. But they're trying to give you a hint. Guys, we're about to unleash the market. We're about to unleash the floodgates. The market's going to crash soon. We need you to get your money out of there because we need it badly. Otherwise, we wouldn't have ever said that. We would have just let it crash and destroy your life financially like we normally do. But this time, we really need your money. So we're going to pretend to be a good guy, kind of, and tell you, get out of the market and get into this new bond market thing. This, well, not the bond market, but the new MyRa. Obama's MyRa. His IRA account. And I'm just sitting here looking at something interesting. And that's the price of gold and silver while this is happening. Normally, again, we're not normal on this planet anymore, but normally, when the market goes down, because gold and silver are commodities on the market and are set the same way anything else is set on the market with paper prices of paper contracts of these things, they go down with the market. And again, it could be the government at the same time pushing them down with the market. But the bottom line is, what we normally see is the price of precious metals go down when the market goes down. And to see the amount that the market has gone down over the last 3 weeks, again, stock market, pretty significant. And yet gold and silver have actually risen a little bit and then pushed down and then risen back up. Basically, they're not being hurt at all is what I'm trying to say. As a matter of fact, gold and silver have increased a little bit and stayed there, but gold's increased a little bit more and stayed there for the time being. And that's interesting. It's very interesting. Why wouldn't they use this as a perfect opportunity to push gold and silver prices even lower? Don't have the answer. I don't know why. But the bottom line is, no matter what the prices go to, no matter what happens here with this market, I don't care what I see happen with gold and silver if they go down. That is going to be my signal to myself to say, basically, Joe, I know you done paid off your credit cards, right? You've already bought silver, paid off the credit cards. Buy some silver, pay off the credit cards. It may be time to load the boat one last time with those credit cards and then pay them off again like you've done. So we're at $20 silver. I don't know how many of you remember, since 2 years ago, 2012, JSNP4 has mentioned multiple times that I don't think they were done pushing the market down. And we had 25, 24 at one point dollar silver, back up to 26, 28. Even Jim Sinclair, the expert of all people, you know, in relation to gold for the most part, talked about the lows and where they'd be, and even he missed it. And I said that even these experts that I'm watching on TV that I trust, that I appreciate their input, I think they're missing it too. I have a gut feeling we're going lower. Maybe 2019, somewhere around there. That's what I'm feeling. And I said that multiple times. That would be in 2012 for sure. And then it dawned on me just recently, like, oh man, gold has actually, or silver's been down in this $19 range. Matter of fact, it was even high 18s at one point. 20, been hovering around 20 for a while. So my gut feeling has been right. However, was the gut feeling right enough? Are they not capable of pushing it down even more, one final hurrah, before letting the prices explode? Because they don't have any choice. It just happens. I don't know. They can. They control the paper, so yes, they can. Will they? I don't know. Because it's hard to say what happens behind the scenes for them to set the price without alerting the world that stuff's going on. And now we all know the world's waking up to their manipulation of prices anyways. But at the same time, they always have to try to save face and always pretend that we're not. So whatever mechanisms behind the scenes, they may be in trouble to where they realize, man, we've got a whole lot more paper now, and we've done pushed the price down about as far as we can right now, so we've got to kind of sit here and hold it here for now. I don't know. I'd love to know. I'd love to be the fly on the wall, but I'm not. So all I can say is the only investment I trust in is gold and silver, and specifically for me, silver. It's the one that they manipulate the most, which means the price is suppressed the most, and we know that already, and it is absolutely going back up. And just think about this for a second, because I know some of the prices people have heard for the price of gold and silver have been absurd. Thousands and thousands of dollars for gold and hundreds of dollars for silver, you know, in the worst case scenario. I'm a firm believer in that, by the way. But let's just go here for a second. How about $60 silver? Do you think that's absurd under the current climate of conditions around the world, saying that there's going to be this global currency reset, every nation in there is in debt up to their ears, and there has to be a resetting of stuff? And always throughout history, gold and silver spike. So, do you think it's absurd to just say silver could go 3 times higher than where it's at today to 60, knowing that it's been 50 twice now in the past, and it has never hovered around $20 for any length of time? And that's the lowest right now for the most part, right? It's been hovering around 20 bucks. When they crashed it in the 80s, it was down to $2, $3 an ounce. $4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, late 80s, all of the 1990s practically. Year 2000 comes around, tech bubble crash, right? Little mini stock market crash, whatever. Moves back up 3, 4, 5 bucks. Early part of 2000. Then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 20, 49, almost 50 bucks. And now it's been hovering around $20 this whole time. So even from 2008, when the big crash hit and it was 10 bucks, and then till now, right? 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 6 years. We haven't really seen $20 prices. I mean, it was down to 10 and quickly went up to past 20. Anyways, it's not $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 ounce silver. How come? If they were able to do that from the 1980s to the 1990s to the early part of 2000, that's a lot of years. My question is, why can't they do that now? Why have they not done that now? And again, the only thing I can think of is whatever the mechanism is behind the scenes and where they set the price, maybe I feel like they can only do so much with the paper that they have. They can only move it so much with the amount of paper they have. And maybe right now $20 is the old $2 an ounce silver. $2 and $3 an ounce silver. And that's where we're kind of stuck at. Or they're stuck at. So the next ballooning is going to take place in the near future. Again, we've been 6 years into this. Everything's happening way faster now in the future. Or in the future compared to the 1980s. You know, technology and everything else. Everything is fast. So time periods are coming and going extremely fast. Things that would take a long time happen. Boom, 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 boom. Gone. So I'm in the firm belief we're going to see precious metals prices definitely rising very well. It's just a matter of time. And as I've always said all this time, those of you who can withstand this, seeing it go up and knowing you bought $30, $35, $40 silver wherever you got in at, watching it down to 20, oh my God, there's half my investment. The patience will pay off. Because the elite thought everyone would get scared out of the silver and just sell it off. And something else happened that I said would happen. People would recognize this is a buying opportunity. Whereas before, no one cared. I lost my investment. Okay, I'm out. Learned my lesson. Now people are recognizing, wait a minute. I don't care that this hurt. I'm going to go buy more. I bought at 40. The price is 20 now. Man, I'm buying more. Next thing you know, your cost average to 25, 30 bucks, depending on how much you bought now. You know, you bought 100 ounces for $40. You bought 100 ounces at $20. You were cost averaged in. You got 200 ounces at $30. That's what that means. So if that goes to $60, you've doubled your money. I'm here to tell you there's no way in hell that's just going to $60. Once again, Lindsey Williams Insider, they want the price of silver to be between $75 and $100 an ounce when they get their way, their control of everything in the monetary system of the world. That's where they want it, because they know the monetary or dollar that they use at the time is going to have to be backed by precious metals. It has to. They already know this. Because they can't say, hey, we did this in all these other countries and destroyed you guys. Look at you all suffering right now. Let's do it on the bigger scale and let's have a world currency of the same system. No one's going to say, yeah, that sounds good, except for some crooked politicians. But the amount of people that will say no would be incredible, so they're not going to do that. They already know we got to back it by precious metals. So they keep the precious metal prices down now. When they implement their plan, precious metals prices rise pretty good. The higher they rise, the higher or better worth the new currency becomes, because it's backed by precious metals. And precious metals prices are pretty good. They want $3,000 gold and between $75 to $100 silver. If it goes to $100, that's 500% increase from where it's at right now for silver. Whereas gold, it's not a 500 or a, you know, doubling. Or not doubling, 5 times. Right, $20, 40, 60, 80, 100. 5 times, 500% increase. Gold, on the other hand, $3,000. It's already, what is it, $1,250 or whatever right now? It's not even going to be 3 times. This is why I talk about get with silver. Get silver. You want to diversify a little bit and get a little bit of gold? Go ahead. I used to. I had a little bit of gold before. Saw what was happening. Nope, changed my mind. Going all in, sold the gold, give me silver in exchange for this gold right now. Went to the coin store, sold it right there, got some silver. That was a while ago, like probably 3 years ago, I'm guessing. Maybe longer, hell, it may have been 4 years ago. So, anyways, market's down. It's this, to me, it's a sign to society. Hey, you, sheep, wake up, go put your money in this MyRa account. Who, me? Nah, I don't think I'm gonna leave it where it's at. But wait a minute, haven't you seen the market lately? Yeah, I have, but the fact that the market was down way bad in 2008 and 2009 and it recovered more than half of what it was to set new highs, it'll probably do it again. I'm just gonna leave my investment here. And then they're kind of stuck. Damn it. Now we kind of need to tell them that the big crash is coming. The 1,000-year crash is coming. But we can't, because then they're gonna know we're doing it. Oh, shoot, what do we do? Don't know. You should have thought of that before you decide to be a corrupt criminal organization known as the now new government, the people who run it now. Take care.